Oh, and welcome yet again to another Luxuries of Data. Yes, I haven't got bored doing them yet. Right, just using a little kind of webcam today. For the life of me, having a few problems with the video camera I normally use to do my live bits. But yeah, still kind of on the Atari thing at the moment. Just I don't have much time to play games right now. There's a lot of stuff going on, so I'm only really getting to just dip in and dip out. And the Atari system, the old VCS, is brilliant for really kind of quick fix gaming, if you like. The one I'm going to look at today is this rather unusual looking guy. Don't know if we can zoom in there. I don't know if you can see that really weird looking cartridge. There's a little switch on the side of it. And let's see now if we can get it to focus on this. It's upside down. It's like that real level of professionalism you get here. It's basically Montezuma and Super Cobra. So it's basically two Parker Brothers games. Montezuma's Revenge. It's probably one of my favourite games ever, basically. And I'm going to be going into the Atari versions of that, the 8-bit versions, and the Master System conversion, the Commodore 64 one, even the later ones as well. I'm going to be looking at them in the next week or two, actually, because I just have an urge to play it again. And there's also a copy of Super Cobra on there. Now, as you can imagine, that is not a normal cartridge. This is a Brazilian copy. I don't mean copy, I actually mean copy. I got it off eBay ages ago. I was trying to get a copy of Montezuma's Revenge, and it's the only one I seem to be able to get hold of. So it worked, like, wasn't too bad. It was actually pretty cheap in the end, and it took a bit of months to get it shipped to me, but it's grand. Now, the only downside is it's an NTSC game, so on the VCS the colours tend to come in a bit funny. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I was looking at the Atari last week, the VCS. I'm going to do it for a little bit longer. It's just, there's a crazy amount of games for it, and just from a collecting point of view, I think I was saying this, it's the easiest thing I've found to collect. The games are getting a bit harder to find because the odds in someone having, a box of them sitting in their attic they want to get rid of now are pretty unlikely, because they would have done it in, the late 80s, 90s, whatever. But having said that, buying them, they tend to sell really cheaply, and a load of them stacked up looks pretty good, and they have that really cool chunky 70s vibe about them. The only downside is that if that when people complain about shovelware on the Wii, like just mounds and mounds of rubbish games being thrown out, like the Atari VCS was 10 times worse than that. I mean, to give you an example, level of professionalism here, really high today. Had nothing ready, but I mean, if you look, for example, there was just no licensing really. There was no problem licensing things. This is a third-party game called China Syndrome, which actually for years I thought was to do with a kind of very talky, very 70s political thriller with Michael Douglas in it, but actually isn't. It's just a term to do with nuclear reactors. But I mean, that's something, again, that wouldn't be an official Atari release. Solar Fox, for example, again, it's a really, really good game. It's like a sort of Space Invaders crossed with Pacman. CBS, again, nothing to do with Atari. Imagine Cosmic Ark. Imagine the name of the company, not Imagine a Cosmic Ark. If you want to imagine a Cosmic Ark, do. But you got your Activision games, more Activision games. Well, the point of getting across is that the cartridges look really well, other than the fact that the Activision ones tend to get this thing called ActiPlaque, which means they look very worn out after a while. They're like old paperback books. But the point of getting it there is there was tons and tons of releases, all third party, and a lot of them are crap. I mean, Jesus, like if you've seen the A-Team, for example, the A-Team, huge license back then. The game that came out was basically, if I remember right, it was a Mr. T head that shot things, and then the team avoiding, literally their heads avoiding being shot. I mean, every film license they could use. I mean, Porky's, which was like the early 80s American Pie, kind of a very kind of risque sort of, teen comedy with lots of, nudity and fun stuff like that. Atari VCS game made of it, which was about a pig. So basically they got the title of the film and used nothing else. God, what else was there? There's loads of those ones where like they literally took the title of the game and You know, I did a Space Invader clone pretty much with it. You know, there was just so much. I mean, the computer crash that happened in the States didn't really hit Europe as bad, or as badly rather. But there was that much rubbish released for the Atari VCS, which was like the premier console at the time, the AAA console at the time. That just, put it this way, everyone knows the story. But well, if you know your video gaming, E.T., obviously the huge license. The guy, you know, the program took literally 3 weeks to do it, and he did the best he could, but it's rubbish pretty much. But they released more copies of it than there were Ataris. And apparently the executive, you know, they said, oh yeah, people want a copy of it to bring to their ski lodge. It's like, that's, you know, just lunacy to start off with. Really not thought out. But I mean, there was actually more copies of it released in the States than there were VCSs. You know, it was just people thought it was a license to earn money, and it just died horribly. It just collapsed. So anyway, getting back to that, it continued when it crashed in the States. It continued on in other regions. It got a bit of a revival in the late 80s, you know, 86, 87. That, if you've seen Battlezone last week, that I did, the really, really great tank game for it, that would have been, excuse me, later in its life. But places like Brazil, where licensing was a bit weird, and by a bit weird I mean you could just do stuff, and you know, you could just simply release a game, and you know, release a copy of someone's game, and no one was too bothered about it. You know, the Atari had a bit of a longer life, and again you got the system, you got cartridges like the, oh, I've lost it now. Oh yeah, there we go. This guy here, which I'm going to look at now. But sorry, this isn't going to just be talking. But yeah, so basically, the Atari VCS kind of was big enough in Brazil to get lots of these kind of. In South America, you got these kind of cartridges released. Oh, the Master System, massive there, huge, continued on for years. But anyway, listen, we're going to go and have a look. Enough ranting today. But we're going to go and have a look at that game now and just, you know, see who it plays. Okay, this is kind of a departure for me because I spent hours trying to get you a lovely footage of that Super Cobra, Montezuma's Revenge, and I'd awful problems. I couldn't record them live because they were an NTSC and my system wouldn't accept it. And every time I emulated, Windows Movie Maker, which is shortly going into the fecking bin, refused point blank to accept any of the videos I recorded. So I've lost hours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw on something instead, maybe Star Fox, not Star Fox, Solar Fox. We're going to show you that instead, and maybe one of the other games as well. But yeah, so we're just going to go live now and record some gameplay. So see you in a second. Audio comes out, or this is going to look really, really silly. So Solar Fox, we're going to go with Solar Fox instead. And yeah, basically we'll just see how this goes. Okay. So I can't remember the plot of this, but it's something along the lines of universe in danger. You need to collect solar cells while avoiding being shot by those guys. So it's kind of hard to describe. It's kind of like crossing Pacman and Space Invaders. So let's start it off. Okay, so oh, there you go. Okay, what's happening here? Because this is a right. Now, what's going on is it's Pacman-like in the sense of avoid stuff. Avoid stuff while, you know, collecting dots. Now, there's a timer constantly running down. If we finish... Oh, bugger. The levels are called racks. So, if you finish the level quick enough on your first life, obviously, you get to skip the rack. You go on to the next stage. Pressing the fire button will speed you up. Alternatively, because it was actually a really well written little game, you can also, depending on how what switch you have set on the Atari VCS, holding down the button will either speed you up or you'll automatically be slow. And sorry, the way I have it set right now is I'm kind of it's nice and slow, and holding down the fire button speeds it up. So you have a choice between what way, you know, you want to control your speed. It's a bit irrelevant, but it's you know, it's a nice option to have. Every fifth one is a special bonus round if I can make it that far. Dying horribly. Oh my god! I was completely cornered there. Okay, let's see if I can get this. These are the ones where I was... Oh, no, alright. We're going to go again. Now that you've seen the basic premise of it. Oh, and it's taunting me. Show me the last screen. Alright, we're going to hit start again. Okay, here we go. This is, like I said, this is kind of one of those little abstract games that the VCS really popped up. A lot, like I said, a lot of them were horrible, kind of, you know, Mr. T shooting, Mr. T's head floating around shooting at things and what have you. But the VCS, like I said, you had some kind of out there, some kind of out there ideas for games. This is one. I'm going to throw on, I wanted to show you that China Syndrome one that I mentioned. Like I said, it was bizarre. You go around a nuclear reactor, you know, literally firing at atoms, trying to, you know, cool them down. But it just, I was just having awful problems getting to play on the VCS I have there. It's actually the 2600 Junior, so... Oh, did you see that, folks? Did you see that? This man's unstoppable. At least until I get stopped by one of these things. Now, what do we do? Is that 4? Did I make it to a bonus round? No, 3. Oh my god. But this is one of these games you just play over and over, you know, at least back in the 80s, and just really work on the high score and just, you know, learn other levels so you could nip around them really quickly. Oh, there we go. And learn how to skip them and what have you. So it's a pretty simple game. It's so simple, in fact. It's too simple, really, in the sense that, you know, you know, it never got a conversion, you know, to any other systems as far as I'm aware. Alright, is that it? Alright, we're going to go one more. See if I can get you to a bonus round and show you. Okay. Okay, maybe that's not going to happen this round. Try and do it low and slow. See if we can stay in control long enough to get to 5. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Ah! I was about to say it was going a lot easier this time. Okay, folks, can we do it this time? No. Oh, he doesn't taunt me now. Okay, okay, we're going to skip to something else now, and back in a minute. And there we have the Cosmic Ark in question. This is actually really cool. It's one of the first examples of a a sequel to a video game, and it's a sequel to a game called Atlantis, which had you. It was kind of a bit like Missile Command. Anyway, at the end of it, your city that you were defending was destroyed, and your ship flew off. So basically, the idea is it goes off and it captures various different life forms, and basically brings them off as a kind of Noah's Ark kind of thing. So without further ado, we'll give this a go. So the first part of the game has you defending against these asteroids, and if you manage to not die, you basically go and you beam little creatures up to your ship, and then at some point a little warning will go off, and you'll be you'll be told that there's asteroids there, and you're gonna fight them off. And this one, you've got to watch out for these lasers. Oh, we got hit there. It's a weird little game because it just repeats this over and over pretty much. Oh, that doesn't help either, getting hit there. But I'm actually using the video monitor, by the way, so it's because it's a bit hard to see than the regular TV. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. Let's try this one more time. There we go. It's a flashy screen. I've died. Yeah, oh, there we go. There's a little shuttle that flies away. Alright, so let's start this again. So basically, flying along, first section, shoot asteroids, don't die, land on planet, beam up creatures to, be your servants in your new utopia you're building after your own was destroyed in the previous game. And in the meantime as well, use some to fly up there to defend against some more asteroids, such as that one. There you go, you do that once and then fly off. And yeah, kill some more asteroids, land on the planet. Oh, this one's got defenses to stop people doing what you're doing, which is, stealing the indigenous natives. Fly down again. And that's basically it, really. I don't think... Oh, yeah, that's basically it. Shoot one asteroid and then fly away. Maybe you're saving them from these asteroids. Maybe that's it. Oh, I don't know what that was. This, like I said, is the problem with a lot of VCS games, is an awful lot of them are built around, like, a cool idea, which is the whole Cosmic Ark idea. Oh, don't get hit by that. But there isn't really much of a game. You've got a couple of very simple... Oh, got squished there. Oh, he's back. There you go. You get a couple of very simple little sub-games, and that's basically it. Sorry, by the way, like I was saying, I'm watching this on a video monitor, and it's very hard to see the screen when it gets to this bit, so that's my excuse. I'm sticking with it. But listen, there you go, Cosmic Ark. These were the two games I was going to show you, and I will go back to the other ones again. But I just, wanted to give you an idea of what some of the third-party, VCS games, that were out there were like. One good one there, one not so good, but not the end of the world, not the worst thing. Like I said, if I'd been there in 1983 or got a copy of Cosmic Ark, I probably would have been a bit bored after a while. But it looks nice. that Starfield thing apparently is they used the programming actually used the glitch on the VCS to do it. So there you go. It's a completely useless bit of knowledge there. But yeah, if I got Cosmic Ark, I wouldn't have been too happy. If I got what was the one we did first of all? A Solar Fox. I actually would have been quite happy because it's a good game. I think I'm going to go back and play that now. But anyway, that's been a lot for tonight. And hopefully next time when I've got a real working video editing suite, I'll be able to show you some better games. Anyway, that's me for tonight. Thank you very much.